In this video, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how to install the SharePoint Accelerator on your SharePoint site. Now, the SharePoint Accelerator is packaged up as an MSI installer and is available to download from Aptimize.com. You'll need to download this onto your server and run the installer. After you've installed, you'll be able to launch the Aptimize configuration tool. On the left-hand panel, you should be able to see all the sites which are configured and hosted on IIS. To install on your SharePoint site, you'll need to select the correct site name and click Install. After you've clicked Installed, the SharePoint Accelerator is now installed on your SharePoint site. Although installed, the accelerator is left off. To turn on acceleration, you'll need to select status onto on. The orange tick indicates that the SharePoint Accelerator is working correctly. If you click on the globe icon, your default browser should open up your SharePoint site, and you should be able to see the Aptimize watermark on the top left corner of every optimized page. Behind the watermark, you should be able to see some detail of the optimization. You can hide this watermark when you install a valid license. When we first install the SharePoint Accelerator, your SharePoint site is installed on safe mode. On safe mode, the SharePoint Accelerator will start to implement optimization features without pushing them to the max. If you click the Configure button, you are able to select other configuration options. The screen you see in front of you is the Acceleration Profiles tab. You'll need to select whether you're running a SharePoint website or a SharePoint intranet. Depending on which profile you choose, the SharePoint Accelerator will run on a default configuration, which will ensure your SharePoint site works optimally. The second tab is the Health Check tab. This screen, the SharePoint Accelerator will log any warnings or errors which may be preventing optimal acceleration. Any warnings or errors logged on this screen will help you and help us troubleshoot any issues. The third tab is the Excluded URLs tab. Here you'll be able to add URLs to be excluded by SharePoint Accelerator optimization. You'll need to add a part of the URL which the SharePoint Accelerator will match and exclude being optimized. The last tab is the Run Mode tab. On this screen, you'll be able to move to production mode with a valid license, and the watermark which shows on every optimized page will be hidden. Although in safe mode, your SharePoint site isn't being throttled to full acceleration, visitors and users of your SharePoint site should still experience significant reduction in page load time. If you'd like to further increase the acceleration of your SharePoint site, you'll need to select Expert Mode. In Expert Mode, you have full control over all the optimization features, which you can set off and on and set at an optimal level. In Expert Mode, you'll be able to further increase the web performance of your SharePoint site. You'll need to click the Configure button to do this. In Expert Mode, you're given advanced controls. Optimization configuration has been grouped in style sheets, JavaScript, and images. In these three tabs, you'll be able to turn off and on optimization features or set them to a certain level to which your SharePoint site can handle. Rather than the Excluded URLs tab which you had in Safe Mode, I have the Custom Rules tab. In Expert Mode, you're able to turn down the optimization level for a particular page or resource, rather than excluding it from optimization completely. Advanced Rules Editor, you can turn off and on or set the optimization to a particular level, which will override the global settings you set and just be applied on the path which contains the match text you specified. Custom rules allow you to preserve the global optimization setting that you've set across your SharePoint site. Custom rules allow you to make an exception for a particular page, directory path, or any resource that you've specified. Creating such rules will resolve most issues that you run into using the SharePoint Accelerator. Any configuration changes you've made, you can click Apply and see the immediate change in the inbuilt web browser or external web browser of your choice. The Page Statistics tab will produce a quick report which allows you to compare the original page load versus optimized page load. On this screen, you can compare the first page load, the repeat view page load, and also inspect the waterfall in which the page downloads. The pop-up legend will give you a bit more information on how to interpret that waterfall. The connection simulator will also allow you to simulate how your page downloads on different connection speeds and distances from the server. And that concludes the demonstration of the Aptimize SharePoint Accelerator.